Hi, so today I want to talk with you about social media and how to do a proper social media detox. And I want to talk with you about my experience in dropping every social media application or service. Um, First of all, why would you drop social media from the first place? One can argue that social media is beneficial and everything, right? But it's mostly waste of time. I mean, if you see the ROI, the return on investment that you are having you using the social media, it's pretty low. I mean, you get information about things that won't really matter to you, or probably won't benefit you, neither in the short term or the long term. And most of men now, when they use social media, they only use it for either trying to have fun and seeing entertainment and everything, basically wasting time, right? Or trying to convince themselves that they are using it for studies, work, or any other source of excuse. So basically making excuses. Um, the thing is, if you're not using social media and you're not gaining money from social media, you are just wasting your time 100%. And after you realize this and you realize that probably you're wasting like 30 to probably like 60, 70% of your day on social media or the internet in general, right? You just know that your life was wasted and you're still wasting your life. And by doing that, you lose chances to become more to become better, like better as a man, like for your people, your family, tribe, friends. And after you think about it, you just realize that it is it is something common between all of your surroundings. Like all of your friends are using social media. If you go to the buses, you see all people in their phone like this, and you just feel there is something abnormal in people. After you go outside of this box, you have to go outside the box to look inside the box, like like zoom out, right? Okay, so if you want to stop social media and okay, let's say you agree, you want to stop social media, what should you do? You just drop the applications and you just delete your account maybe or something, right? If you go and search in YouTube on how to stop social media, you will find most of the people saying that you should um, delete the applications and just don't use it, right? But the thing is, like from my experience, it never works. I mean, I tried to stop. So I had TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, I had Snapchat, I had like most of them, and after like having this motivation, like this fire inside of me to stop social media, I just went to my Android phone and I just dropped the applications, like all of them. I uninstalled them all, and then I went to my PC and I just had an website blocker or something to stop all of them. But the thing is, after like probably like 2 days, I just had the FOMO, which is fear of missing out. So I just thought of, oh wait, I'm missing something. So I just got back to the like old habits of going to social media and everything. That was before 2 years. After that, I started fighting. Like literally, I started fighting against social media. I tried to stop them, like stop everything, but it was hard since I find like all people in my environment indulging in social media, and yeah, it was kind of, for me. I felt like I'm doing something that will make me outlier, and it did actually. But yeah, I had that fear of like losing friends, and I won't have the opportunity to talk to many people who are not in my contact, or I don't meet them in real life anymore since they go outside the country, or like they're studying in another place. Okay, so I will tell you the steps. Like I will go with you through the journey of me dropping social media. So first of all, after I did that thing of dropping all of them at the same time, it didn't work obviously, as I said. I started thinking after a deep thinking, right? Like journaling and everything. I thought of starting to drop like in each period, like let's say like 3 months or 2 months. I just drop one application and I try to adapt myself to feel the time that I used to use that application. The first application, like the hardest one, probably okay, not the hardest, one of the hardest was TikTok. I used to use TikTok every day, like before I sleep, since all of my friends used to do this, and it was like a habit, right? Like it was something usual and normal, right? Like you go to TikTok and scroll and watch videos about investment and everything, and it was it was a waste of time. I mean, even the information that you get from TikTok, which is beneficial to you, probably it is, but the time that you gave to get that information is not worth it. You can get a better information within a book. Like you can just search in Google and have a book and just read it. The value of the information, it is the same if you read the book, but the book is basically like a bunch of information, stacked together, and you just like read them, swallow them. Yeah, so I dropped TikTok. It was hard. I mean, I was not disciplined at the time. I just couldn't, right? So my advice to you, if you want to drop TikTok, is basically you have to think about something that you would do in the same time, and you will probably have fun doing it. It should be, like a good habit. It shouldn't be like a perfect good habit. It can be, like half-half, like 50-50. But it's fine if you can, like drop TikTok and do that, right? If you are like extremely disciplined, you can go and just like read the book in that time, or you like watch a podcast. Oh, bro, like yeah, like that's much better maybe, like for you. Like you can watch a podcast in YouTube or something about some topic, like I don't know, like neuroscience, or I don't know. Okay, after that, with 3 months maybe, I mastered that, right? I felt the time of TikTok with something that was useful. It was, yeah, it was me reading books. I basically buy a book, and then I just have a schedule that I should read from like page, let's say 10 to 25 today, and tomorrow I have to do this and this. So basically I can complete a book in only a week or something. And that was awesome. After that I dropped Instagram. It was also one of the social medias that I used like heavily. Like most of the time, probably I used Instagram. It was something that I do on a daily basis. I dropped it with the same mechanism. I dropped it and I filled my time with something else. I think it was, yeah, I dropped Instagram and then I just used Facebook basically. Like yeah, I didn't do well. I mean, you could do well. Probably you can fill it with something better, like much better. And then after a while, so I dropped Snapchat. It was it was not that hard. I mean, I didn't use Snapchat that often, so it was fine. And then the final boss, like the website or the application that I used from from the age of 11 maybe, which is Facebook. I used to use Facebook on a daily basis, every day. I talk to my friends. I have friends. I have memories on Facebook, and you know, like my whole life was on Facebook. I was wasting a lot of time since, as I said, like I dropped Instagram and then I just replaced with Facebook. like mostly. So dropping Facebook was hard. I tried to drop it in like each, like in each period I drop an application. In each period, I couldn't. Like I dropped it, but I got back, and then I thought of just using Messenger, and I got Messenger, but it didn't work because Messenger itself led me to download and install Facebook again. So it doesn't work. You have to drop the whole application. So what I did is I made a commitment to a friend, like a friend of mine. I told him that I will just drop the app. I won't go back here. It's a word from a man. So I gave him a word, and I know if I go back, like I don't respect my word, right? So it's something crucial. I sent him that message, and I just deleted the account, and I deleted the application. And from that day to the present moment, I never use Facebook again. I'm grateful for that. So making a commitment to a friend who you trust and who you believe that he is or she is believing in your word, and she's trusting or he's trusting you, it's something that probably will give you pressure to just stop using the application. And then I filled it with, like things that are useful, like like reading more books, having time to learn, you know like this was the best thing that I've ever done in my life. Everything else, like dopamine detox and everything comes when you stop social media. Like you become more aware. You can meditate if you meditate. I mean, you can pray if you're religious. Like Islam, we pray every day, right? 5 times. And yeah, you just become more aware. And that's something that most of the people don't have. And that's something that you can have an advantage of. And yeah, you have to do it. You can argue about using it for something else, like for I don't know, like for studies, probably like the whole group of your class is on Facebook or anything similar, right? You just drop it. I mean, you have to sacrifice something. I mean, I sacrificed a lot of things. Like most of my friends, like I had like bunch of friends, and yeah, I never talked to them again. I mean, only those who are my friends. Um, is it fine to use other applications like WhatsApp or anything similar? I mean, it is fine. I mean, since the application itself is not that, it's not that attractive, right? It's not that it can just take your attention. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking and I'm thinking about the experience itself. It's something that was hard, but it was worth it. Like definitely, if you want to do something useful in your life, from now on, just drop social media and try to limit the time that you use internet. Just use the time of internet in internet when you know that the ROI is so big. You give your time, you give your attention to the internet, and the internet gives you back information, book, videos, podcasts, right? Anything. And the return on investment of your time is so big. So if you can handle this, if you can make sure that you can do this, it's totally fine to use the internet. You can use YouTube, of course. Also, YouTube is a problem, but only if you can control it. I mean, dropping YouTube totally is. I don't think it's a wise thing. It's not like the other social medias. Um, yeah, but in all ways, you have to drop social media. I mean, you should do anything to prevent you from wasting your time. Our life is equal to our time, and if we waste time, we waste life, and our life is something that we should we should give our attention to, right? Because most of the people are not giving attention to anything these days. Keep it. Oh yeah, I forgot. So um, when I dropped Instagram and I failed it with Facebook, I also started doing gym. I think. Yeah, I started doing gym, and yeah, I mean you can do anything. You can start doing kickboxing or anything else. Fill your time with good things. Do the good deeds, and yeah, yeah. That's it for today. I hope I helped you. If you need anything, you can send me a message. I can guide you. If you want advice, just comment. And yeah, thank you so much.